Hi, this is Andy Doctor. Today, I'm going to show you my new head units on my 2013 Chevy Equinox. One that I have for about 2 weeks now, and what it can do and what it could not do well, and whether you should buy it or not. Now, it has Android Auto and Apple Carplay. It only cost me $29.35. You heard me right. Less than $30. So let's see what it can do. First of all, I'm going to start my car. And when my car starts, you have a screen. It go to the radio station I played last time. And you see I have steering wheel control. I did not touch the radio for anything. I can change the volume. I can change the station too if I want to. Okay. But the thing that I'm going to do first is the backup camera. So I'm going to put my car into reverse. Hey, the original backup camera from the car work perfectly fine. You just need an adapter and plug into it. So I'm going to put my car into park again. And in fact, I am going to turn off the engine. There's no point running the engines for this video. Everything else will work with accessory power, but the backup camera will only work if the engine is running. I even forgot if that was the case with the original hardware with the car. I do not know. And I take my seatbelt away. If you don't put seatbelt on, the charm still work. So of course that's important for safety, but it's annoying for taking the video. So that's why I put seatbelt on even. So let's see what you can do. Obviously, we have a radio, okay, and obviously, just like any radio, you have different stations, you have volumes, etc. One thing that is that it has 3 FM, and I do not know what they mean, by the way, okay. Of course, I mute it, okay, I mute it, but we can turn it on, can we? So it has 3 FM, FM1, FM2, FM3. I do not know what they mean, but anyway, I think the frequencies are slightly different. If you want to save a station on the bottom for easier access, you can just press onto it. Okay. See? So of course I have two 100.5, but anyhow, I just want to show you how it works. Those buttons, I honestly do not know what they are. I forgot. It's on the menu, but they are not super useful for what I see. I think this one is that if you press on this one, it will basically cycle the entire frequency and pick up station for you. I think that's what it is. But anyway, so that is the radio. A really, really simple radio. It works. In my house, it doesn't pick up a whole lot of channel, but when I was in downtown, there was a lot of them. So I guess that's normal. Now let's see, we could go to home, and if you want to go to home, of course you press on home. So there's a USB one. So here is a USB jump drive, a rather old one that we can put into it and see what we have out here. So oh, it's muted. Forget about that one, right? So there is one MP3 file I played earlier. And I can make it louder. The sound is pretty good, honestly, tell you, of course, okay? So that is one. I have another one. By the way, you can use steering wheel control to go to the other one. And it's... The name of the game. The name of the game. You know what that is, right? It's woke up time. So that is We Are the Fans. Okay, so you can do audio. You see here there's music. You can put MP3 file onto it. You can even do video. And again, I have 2 videos out here. One of them though was my video on YouTube. I already uploaded the one about you should charge your car battery. You're welcome to check that one out. So we can double click it. And it will show the video. Of course, I mute it again.
And why you should
Okay,
charge
so
it.
let's mute it again, and you can go forward, obviously. So the other one is the one that I make to show you the price of this head unit itself. Okay, so I bought it from a website called Temu.com. The normal price is $47.49. It's still that price, but at the time I bought it, because they are new, they give out a big coupon of $20 or $40. So that's why I get it for less than 30. So you see, this is the current screenshot, by the way. And then you go the other one. Yeah, see that? $29.35. That's all I pay for these head units. Okay, you happy with it so far, I hope? So photo, you can see photo also. Now, there is one thing interesting, and I do not know why. The short video I showed you just now will make with photo. I was trying to show them as photo to you, but they don't work. You click onto it, it says unsupported file, and I do not know why, okay? Maybe the screenshot function of Microsoft Windows have something to do with it. I do not know. However, though, it does show photo perfectly fine. I download this one from Wikipedia, and we can actually do it that way, and they work. I assume steering wheel control work. Doesn't? Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So steering wheel control doesn't work on photo, but who cares about that? I'm not going to show photos over here. So that is the USB function. And now let's go to home again. The SD card is the same as the USB. I tried it the other day. It's totally the same. So I'm not going to bore you to show you something that's identical. Of course, what that means is that you can have a micro SD card out here and put all your music into it and play the music, and leave the USB for Android Auto or Apple Carplay. Okay, and to do that, there is a phone link. By the way, you don't need to click phone link. Okay, after you set up the first time, you connect your phone onto it. Usually, it will pick it up automatically. And there is one interesting I found out. At least with my phone, which is an Android phone, if I connect my phone before I start the car, it doesn't go on to Android Auto. It will just play music. However, if I connect after I start my car, it actually will go to Android Auto automatically. So give me an option. I actually like that. My other car, even though it's a fancy car and a lot more expensive, doesn't really give me that option. So anyhow, if we go into it though, you will see CarPlay is over here, Android Auto is over there, and there's also a mirror. I honestly do not know what that really is. I look at it online. It looks like it's an older standard that very few people use it anymore. I did not try it, and you actually can change, by the way. See that? You can change the mirror or nothing for auto connect. I want Android Auto, obviously. So that is that one. Now let me unplug the USB drive, and let's try that. And I am going to try Apple CarPlay first. I do have an iPhone here. I'm not an Apple guy, but I had my wife crack iPhone. Okay, it have nothing inside, no SIM card, anything. So we are going to connect onto it. Done. And you will see it automatically connected. It takes a few seconds, but you see your very familiar Apple CarPlay, I hope. Okay, I did not try anything else. Okay, only click to the screen and that's it. I did not try anything else because again, I'm not an Apple guy. So let's unplug it. And let's connect my Android phone onto it. And yes, both are wired, okay? You don't expect to pay $30 and get wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, I guess. So it is connected and it's USB. So let's connect it and see what happens. Okay. So yep, it get into Android Auto. So we can again go to So we can again go to the screen and there are a few options out there. On this one, I did try the map navigation function and it worked really well as it should be compared to my other car, obviously. So I have no complaint about that. I haven't used too much or anything else, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So let's get back to the menu again and go back to the home menu. You can press that one too, by the way. Click that one and we'll go to home, I guess. So we have try USB, we have try S-Link. BT is obviously for making phone call. Now it works. And you can obviously make phone call, etc. that way. So I'm back to Android Auto and now I am going to show you what happens if I receive a phone call. I have an old-fashioned phone over here that I'm going to call myself. Now the echo is going to be terrible because both my cell phone and this old-fashioned phone are in a really small space within my car, obviously. But let's try that. And the phone is on speakerphone, by the way. So it comes. This one is for my alarm system, so I call it alarm. So we can hit answer, and it will answer. And again, the echo is terrible. Let's mute both to get rid of the echo first. And of course, it's mute, so you don't hear anything. I am going to unmute my phone, and you're going to hear coming out from the speaker of the car and see what happens, okay? Hello? Hello? Pretty loud, isn't it? It obviously still have echo. Now, there is a speaker here, by the way. Not a speaker, I'm sorry. A microphone here, by the way. So you don't really need to connect to a microphone, even though it actually comes with one that you can plug into the back of this head unit. It was good enough with this one, so I did not plug it in. It's not even open inside the box. It comes with the head unit itself. So now let's unmute this one, okay, and see how much you can hear. So again, it's still echo, but you can hear it pretty well out here, okay? So anyway, so that is the phone function. I guess if I make the volume lower, it wouldn't be that bad. Okay, but you couldn't hear me anyway. But I tested when I was driving, etc., and it worked perfectly well. So, and I even have some real phone call, not even a test, and they work well. So I'm happy with the phone function. So let's hang it up. Of course, you may say, hey, why didn't you use steering wheel control to pick up your phone? Well, we are getting to the next step, which is something this unit couldn't do well. As you saw just now, I can change the volume, I can change the station perfectly well, but picking up the phone is an issue, okay? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I decided to get rid of it entirely. I'm okay taking my hands away and press accept over there, so I'm okay with that, by the way. So that is one thing this unit doesn't do well, is for some reason, steering wheel control, picking up phone and reject phone, doesn't do really well. Other than that, there's something funny, and I think that one is a little bit major. There's some minor one, nitpicking on it. You look at the date over here. It's called 12 months 08D. I don't know. Yeah, I know what it means, but it looks kind of funny. Another thing is that when you start a car, the head unit will go back to your last time you shut it down, right? So you listen to radio, you listen to your USB or your SD card, which is a good part. But the volume, though, it go to 5, which is not super loud, but I don't know why that happened. So we can see that this is 5. That is what you will get when you start a car, and there's no setting I found that can change that, unfortunately. Oh well, at least it's not super loud, Otherwise, I will get rid of it. But you know, I like it to be 4 or even 3. 5 is slightly too loud for me, but I'm okay to slow it down whenever I start a car. So I am okay with that part. And those are the problem that I will say. Now, there are some other things that this thing can do. There is an AV in. There are video connector at the back of this head unit. So I suppose you can connect to a DVD player and play video over here. I'm not sure I want to do that. I did not even do any connection. They don't come with the wire either though, so I did not do anything. So of course, because of that, I couldn't try that. There is a calculator. Yeah, right. I will do calculation. I will file my tax when I'm driving, right? So I don't care about that. There is a clock. Now, over here though, it's not really a clock. It's like you change the time in the day on the clock. Okay, so it's on the setting part. So anyway, and of course, there is a calendar. I assume you can add something onto your calendar. And yes, there is setup out here. The basic setup, for example, you want to mute your system when you go in reverse to focus on driving. I put it set to be on. You want to bank video when you are driving. Well, by default it's off. I did not change it because I have no video to show anyhow. And then you see the lights changing all the time, I assume. You can set it to in a loop, and you can change the time interval. I think that's kind of fun, so I keep it that way. Okay. And the restore factory and factory sets are the same, I think. Okay. The tuners, you can select different region. Obviously, will give you different frequency. There is a steering wheel control, and this is the biggest bug I told you just now. These two don't really work, so I don't really worry about it. To set it up though, you will hold whatever key on your steering wheel, and then you press the corresponding one, and it will change from blue color to yellow color. That tells you that you already set it up. So I always select the volume and change station. That's good enough for me. The next one here is the sound setup. So as you can see, there is one thing called loudness out here, but it really doesn't make it any louder. It actually makes the voice better, at least from what I feel. Okay, so I like it that way, and that's why I leave it there. Of course, you can change the balance, etc. And display setting, yeah, you can change the brightness, contrast, etc. Background, there are a few wallpaper you can choose. You could not put your old one. At least I haven't found how to do it. It's okay. There's this thing a little bit interesting called screensaver. I put it off because I don't want it to come on when I'm taking this video, but we can change it to on, and it will be on after 30 seconds. Now, screensaver does not come on when you are doing navigation, trust me, okay? So don't worry about that part. It does come on when you are listening to radio or on the USB drive or the SD card, for example. But it's not really a screensaver. It's actually just a clock, which I like, by the way. So that is that. And language, time setup, not much we can talk about, okay? So that's all, okay? This is a really basic unit. Now the question is, should you even buy these ones? Well, let's say it in this way. When I start these projects, or I should say before I start these projects, I know nothing about car radio connection. And the consensus on the internet is there's no way you put Android Auto or Apple Carplay on this generation of Equinox or GNC Terrain. So I prepared to fail, and that's why I did not want to spend too much money on it. Okay, and that's why I bought these super cheap units. For the money, you couldn't complain. I mean, pretty much everything worked. What can you say about that? And $30, come on. As long as it lasts for at least a year, come on, I don't feel bad about it. However, though, in order to put it on, I did buy a wire harness. I even have to buy an adapter to get the security charm, etc. to work. And those two together cost me about $130. Then there's no point putting a $30 unit onto it, right? If I know better, if, for example, now, I will not buy this unit for a car this new. But I have to warm my statement back a little bit though. From what I see on Amazon or on eBay, anything under 100 look the same as this. The outside appearance almost look identical. So in those cases, I don't know. So I probably will spend something like $150 or maybe $200 on a better head unit if I know better. But that's okay. I have no regret. I'm happy with what I paid for, honestly. There is a gentleman, I think his name is Truck, posts a videos on YouTube also, and the link is in the description, by the way. He replaced the whole thing, including the air conditioning control, etc. And it worked. It's a lot nicer system, and he doesn't need to buy the adapter that I bought. There are some bugs, and there's something that doesn't work, just like these ones. And he paid a little bit more than $400. Okay, so yeah, 2.5 times as much as I spent. I think that's a better way to spend the money, I would think, on this car at least. So if you have a newer car, I don't think you want to buy this one, okay? However, if you have a really old car, hey, this is definitely a great deal. Now, some of you may say, can I really do it on a really old car? I will have the same question before I start the project for sure. But now I am going to tell you, yes, in the last several decades, the power wire and the speaker wire on car radios are basically the same. Okay? Yes, they get a lot more fancy with CAN bars, they control a lot of other things, but for the most basic, they are the same. It only go down to whether you are willing to cut some of the plastic pieces and cut the wire if there is no plug and play harness available for you. So in those cases, yeah, of course, now your old 1978 whatever car will have Android Auto and Apple Carplay. Why not? And especially if your old car had no steering wheel control. Hey, here's the good news. I have something I haven't shown you. This unit actually comes with a remote that can be mounted onto the steering wheel. And you get steering wheel control. I tried it though. Everything worked, including pick up the phone and reject the phone work. However, there is an issue that make me not want to do it. Of course, one of the issues is it doesn't look original anymore. I realized that if I'm in navigation and I pick up the phone, it will get me out of navigation. It will show me a phone screen. Who needs a phone screen when I'm talking? Overall, phone call is just by voice. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. And even worse, if I hang up the phone, it doesn't even get me back to navigation. Yeah, they should design the software better in that case. And that is also the reason why I did not try to monkey around the steering wheel control to make it work with phone function. Because if this one doesn't work too well, I don't really believe my car will do too well in that case. So that's why. However, though, if you have a really old car, you don't even have steering wheel control, then hey, you get new function. At least you can change station, change the volume perfectly well. The phone function may work better, by the way, because those older cars, they don't go into the local network connection of the car itself. So it's a more direct link into the head unit. They may actually work a lot better. And if you could not find a harness, or you don't want to spend the money on the harness, you connect directly. That's the only money you pay, $30 or maybe $50. Okay, fine. You don't have the coupon anymore. So definitely, it's a great value if you have an older car. But like I said, if you have a newer one, I don't really think you want to do that. Okay, so that's all I want to tell you for this head unit, what you can do, what you couldn't do, and the problem with it. If you think this video is helpful, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in another future video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.